this game started. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hills. He'll be out of bounds short of the 25 at the 22-yard line. So the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs offense will start this game off. And here he comes. This offense is built completely around the talents of this running back, a rare commodity in today's game, and all eyes are on it.
And the defense knows it too. You know every single snap, this defense is going to be keying on this running back, knowing that he is the key to the offense's success.
Get it out on the screen. He gets it past the first down marker. Nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more now.
One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on first down. They're looking for an advantage to the right. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. And here comes the offense on second down. The give to the back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes the grab inside the 30. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. That is what you call putting a little air under it and letting your guy run to it.
Exactly right, Reese. It's so hard to track that football when you put so much air underneath it, and I'm trying to run with the wide receiver. He's so used to doing that every single day in practice, and you could tell he saw the ball great, went up and plucked it.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming out.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
On the ground, it's Robertson. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
He's looking for an open man on second down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And I want to be aggressive in these situations. When I got second and goal, I want to go out and try to get that touchdown. But I do like how he didn't force the ball into coverage, didn't make a big mistake, throw a turnover in this area. You want to make sure you can guarantee points. You still got third and goal coming up, and if you want to go for it on fourth.
Third and goal coming up here. Quarterback will audible. On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. Third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee. So LSU's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And this figures to be just a tremendous matchup of big play receivers, Jesse.
And because of their skills, Reese, you're going to see all types of ways in how they use them, right? They're going to throw it to them, they'll throw screens, they'll get jet sweeps. Get these guys as many touches as you can.
And the good thing is, if you're a defense, you're used to it. You see this guy in practice every day. Now you're seeing another guy that's elite. Which defense can rise to the challenge and get a few stops and maybe nullify the playmaker?
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third. And he's all bottled up. And now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
Wide out in motion. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They stop him right on the edge of the red zone. A pickup of 5 to the 20.
Let it bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
They'll run for it on third and short. And he should have enough for a Louisiana Tech first down.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work?
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Trying to surprise him with the pass. Makes the catch. It's Atkins. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Louisiana Tech is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Grab behind the line. It's Hills. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal.
Well, a field goal kicker can step away from the net and go sit down, grab some water. They're not going to need him just quite yet. That was a great play call. Throwing the ball on third and short in field goal range. They get the completion, now setting up first and goal.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
So that was a lightning-fast decision. You can tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout for Louisiana Tech.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on second and goal from the 5. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. They'll go with a direct snap. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Man, did he show some hops for that one.
Some serious vertical right there. I tell you what, everybody in front of you.
Personal foul.
I'll go by
Roughing
air
the
if I
kicker.
need to. Good job
Defense.
getting in the air, getting the touchdown.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
They think there's room to run to the right here. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down. LSU right back to the line. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to fire deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive explosive play right there for the taking. The coach reel it in.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
He gets a block. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react and get personal pounds on the last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
He wants to throw it again. Unleashes one deep. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity. You know, listen, once you get past the 50, offensive coordinators, that's when they want to dial up shot plays. You got a little bit of space on the field still left. Everything's not condensed tight like when you get in the red zone. You take those shots, but, man, your receiver has to make that play for you.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Snap it to the back. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. He caught it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
On 1st and goal, let's see what Louisiana Tech does. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Louisiana Tech is really moving the football. Fast motion from the offense. Direct snap. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17.
down into this area of the field, he can get it done, and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Got a man. It's Freeman. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Throws for the tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Watkins. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. He caught it. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. Exceptional footwork to stay in bounds, and just a little bit better, and he could have scored.
Yeah, if he keeps his balance or gets the speed going upfield a little bit more, he might get into the end zone, but just kind of ran out of space over there on that sideline.
Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A 1st down for the offense. He's going to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wide receiver shows motion. After the incompletion, they go back up top. They'll run the screen. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, and still short of the 1st down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll try to get the first through the air. going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Ruston. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top.
Louisiana Tech about to kick it off to start this second half. He'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
On second down, he'll fire. Catch in the middle, it's Watkins. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger, and that is swagger well earned after that one.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit loud, Reese, and be like, listen, feed me the rock.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
Second down now after the sack. He's looking to throw. He wants to take the top off. Intercepted. So you come out of the locker room for the second half, and right away, you throw a pick.
Bad news, too, because you go to the locker room, you sort of regroup, and you start thinking about how you're going to attack this defense, what adjustments you're going to make. You feel like you got a good plan running out of the locker room, and to throw a pick right away, man, that is a gut punch.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
He's got it again. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. Motion from the offense. They'll go with a direct snap. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Comes out throwing on first down. And he makes the catch inside the 10. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
Caught behind the line. It's Atkins. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Liberty has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. They're trailing by 21 to New Mexico State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The offense lining up for a first down play. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He'll start this drive firing. He looks that one in nicely. And he is run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's second and long from the 24. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. Grabbed on the outside, it's Watkins.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he can see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. They've got the screen set up. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, on third down, they go to the running back screen. They're able to get a couple of yards, but not enough for the first. What do they do?
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. On the return, it's Hill. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. Here's the handoff. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Across the 45. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. The give to the tailback. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. Second and 7.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, second and 7. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Pulls and fires complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Snap it to the back. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
At the 40, there he goes. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And how about the quarterback? How about the athletic ability for this guy? He's so quick, so elusive, so fast, can make these big plays. And before you blink, he's 30-plus yards down the field, making your defense look silly.
Fires to the middle. He makes a grab. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
Man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Booth. And as he steps out of bounds, the third quarter has expired, and that is how we'll head to the fourth. We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Louisiana Tech is on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Back to the ground game on the left. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. The defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Hands it off. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Wide out in motion. He wants to pass it on second down. They're setting up the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. And you saw a great example of it with that running back.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
Louisiana Tech will have to punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll bring it back. It's Durham. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Going up top on first down. That's caught. It's Watkins. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
Quick strike complete. Shakes off the defender. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. LSU quick to the line. He'll just keep slinging it. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be third down.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of weeks.
They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. Let's see what they've got on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. And the rush will get to him at the 25. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Coming after it. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Throws to the wideout. Got it past the marker. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
They got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the
He's got it on the left. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They had hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, first and 10. The give as they work on that clock. Off he goes. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Movement here from the tight end. Quick handoff. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Fast motion from the offense. Direct snap. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on third down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
They go to the ground, and the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Despite failing earlier on fourth down, they will try again here. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
Timeout, Louisiana Tech.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on fourth down. Wide receiver shows motion. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. He's looking to throw it. They're bringing heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
This defense right now is not only fighting an offense with a lot of confidence, but they're fighting against momentum too. Remember, they had a big lead earlier in this game. Now it's been reduced to just one possession, so they've got to make some big plays here on pass defense. They've got to be able to cover.
And that one's too high and too wide, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to need a few plays now to get some of this momentum back. Remember, they had a massive lead earlier in the game, but that's dwindled now. And you wonder if they were just sleepwalking a little bit. They've got to step up now and play with some urgency.
Feeling some heat.